Rhea Ripley to ally with Judgment Day member after they were seen publicly at the same place? Exploring the possibility. Rhea Ripley has succeeded in making her way to the top in WWE as a singles superstar after her stint in the Judgment Day. She left the stable last year after being betrayed by her former comrades and was replaced by Liv Morgan. The April 7th Raw, Adam Pearce addressed the controversy surrounding the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 41 that featured Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair, and he introduced Ripley as a member of the Judgment Day. This was a huge botch on the part of the general manager. However, the 28-year-old did not let it slide. She later reacted by tweeting that Pearce needed a nap. On this week's episode of Raw, Rhea Ripley was not found on the show until the end. From the look of things, she seems to be having a great time with Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Natalya, and other female superstars. Social media posts have shown that Morgan and the former Judgment Day member, along with some other female wrestlers, went on a boat day for Natalya's birthday. It looks like the two have decided to end the feud between them. The former Judgment Day member might ally with Liv for a great storyline in WWE, forgiving her for the past betrayal. Check out some photos of the women below. This angle is speculative at this point. It will be interesting to see how things turn out between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan later on. Rhea Ripley might be lured to join the Judgment Day for a second time by Liv Morgan. Provided that the above speculation becomes a reality, Rhea Ripley may be tempted to return to the Judgment Day. Rhea has been all alone after leaving the faction and has no one to watch her back anymore. This has reduced her chances of having a greater number of wins in WWE title matches, as was seen last year when she dominated the women's division as part of the Judgment Day. Though she won the Women's World Championship outside the group, her championship reign did not last. She lost to Io Sky on the road to WrestleMania 41. Fighting her way through to make it to the grandest stage of them all, she was pinned by Io. Considering all this, she might have to return to the Judgment Day and form a greater force to avenge her title loss since she has now linked up outside the ring with the one who originally forced her out. However, this angle is speculative at this point. 3 signs that 28-year-old WWE star will become Ms. Money in the Bank this year. WWE Money in the Bank Premium Live event will take place on June 7, 2025. The qualifying matches are already underway, and only a few spots remain for the men's and women's ladder matches. Interestingly, there's a chance Rhea Ripley could be the one to unhook the briefcase in Los Angeles. Here are 3 reasons why the Stamford-based promotion will make the 28-year-old star this year's Ms. Money in the Bank. The 2025 WWE Crown Jewel will take place in Perth, Australia. Rhea Ripley is one of WWE's top stars. Needless to say, she is likely to get a main event feature whenever the Stamford-based promotion holds an event in her home country of Australia. Notably, this year's Crown Jewel will take place in Perth, and Triple H will likely capitalize on this opportunity to put the Women's World Championship on Mami. Rhea Ripley is already in a feud with Io Sky over the Women's World Championship. If she wins the Money in the Bank contract, she could use it to dethrone the Damage Control star and head into Perth as a 3-time Women's World Champ. She could also cash in her contract at Crown Jewel for an even more dramatic finish before her home crowd. The crowd in Australia gave a great response to the Eradicator's title defense against Nia Jax at the 2024 Elimination Chamber in Perth. Thus, WWE could try to recreate that same magic in the city once again. Rhea Ripley is undoubtedly one of WWE's most beloved stars. Ever since her NXT days, Mami's popularity has only grown. This was clear from the crowd's reaction when she defeated Liv Morgan to become the Women's World Champion for the second time during Raw's Netflix debut. The Eradicator is a former Royal Rumble winner, and the Stamford-based promotion could now add a Money in the Bank ladder match win to her resume. This would be a solid booking decision, given that Mami is a likely favorite to win the briefcase. Perfect element for Mami's heel turn. Rhea Ripley has shown several signs that she will soon turn heel again after losing the Women's World Championship to Io Sky on the March 3 episode of Raw. The Eradicator strong-armed her way into WrestleMania 41 by forcefully putting her signature on the Women's World Championship match contract between Bianca Belair and Io Sky. She even gave backstage interviews in which she stated that she would make her way to Mania one way or another and make Belair pay until she secured a spot at the show of shows. Notably, Mami did all of this despite losing the title to the Damage Control star in a clean and legal match. Although she has a temporary truce with the Genius of the Sky, she still retains her heel tendencies. Therefore, winning the Money in the Bank ladder match would be the perfect step to solidify her heel turn. This is especially true since the MITB contract encourages the use of interferences and unfair means to win the top gold. It would be interesting to see if WWE would make Ripley this year's Ms. Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley publicly hanging out with Liv Morgan in swimsuits would have never happened under Vince McMahon. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan fail to maintain their on-screen feud outside the ring, having a good time at a birthday bash in swimsuits. Vince McMahon was very high on having WWE superstars maintain Kayfabe inside and outside the squared circle. However, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, who are on-screen rivals, have not followed it one bit and have been recently spotted chilling in swimsuits. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are currently on separate paths, but can meet again at the upcoming WWE PLE. WWE has been seeing some of the most compelling rivalries for decades. Whether it was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, The Rock vs. Steve Austin, or John Cena and Randy Orton squaring off, these top-tier feuds have captivated the audience like no other. However, back in the day, Kayfabe was heavily maintained both on and off-screen by these superstars. The formula adopted by former WWE chairman and CEO, Vince McMahon, made professional wrestling sensational among the fanbase. However, in the modern era, Triple H's regime has completely ruined that concept, and a prime example has been how the on-screen rivalry between the women's division stars, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, completely flipped off-screen. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan had a formidable on-screen rivalry, but Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley began making waves as a tag team in 2022. They had good tenure as a team for a while. However, some time later, Ripley broke their alliance and the duo went their separate ways. They crossed paths in the later part of 2023, where Mami brutally injured Morgan's shoulder by kicking it while being wrapped around a chair on the July 24th episode of Raw, and took her out of action. The Miracle Kid returned at the start of 2024, and following the end of WrestleMania 40, got her revenge by injuring Ripley by tossing her shoulder first into the wall on the April 8th episode of Raw. As part of her Liv Morgan revenge tour, Morgan stole Ripley's boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, and her WWE Women's World title. Even when the Eradicator returned, their rivalry continued for months and culminated on Raw on Netflix's debut show, which featured multiple celebrities and stars. However, the duo has said on multiple occasions that they maintained a close relationship. The current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion revealed in an interview with CNN News 18 that she presented her NXT locker to Mami after being called up to the main roster. Ripley also stated in an interview with TV Insider that she and Morgan often had a good laugh backstage on Monday Night Raw. "We normally have a good laugh. She is really funny. We just do dumb stuff together." From taking a photo and seeing how she looks like a little demon to laughing for 30 minutes, I'm not lying, in tears, on the ground, laughing from just one photo most recently, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were spotted chilling together in swimsuits for Natalya's birthday on a private yacht. Many female superstars from Raw and SmackDown were also present for the festivities, and the two on-screen heated rivals were enjoying themselves together. This threw Kayfabe completely out of the window in the modern era. However, Vince McMahon's vision was completely different. He emphasized the importance of maintaining character even outside the squared circle to have a significant impact and keep the audience engaged, making the product more believable in the world of professional wrestling. What is next for Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan in WWE? Liv Morgan is currently a part of Rhea Ripley's previous faction, the Judgment Day. She is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions with Raquel Rodriguez. Morgan had been on hiatus to pursue a major Hollywood project and is looking to become the new it girl of the silver screen. She came back to Monday Night Raw this week and did not look happy about the things that were going on behind her back. This included Roxanne Perez getting close to Judgment Day and taking a keen interest in her on-screen boyfriend. Moreover, Liv Morgan also stated that she was looking to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year. On the other hand, Rhea Ripley has already qualified for the ladder match last week on Raw. She defeated Kairi Sane in a singles match to claim her spot. With WWE Money in the Bank PLE coming up, it will be interesting to see if Morgan and Ripley come face to face one more time.